Okay, I get asked this question all the time. So we're going to go through and we're going to talk about how I personally hire my virtual assistants from the Philippines. What's the vetting process that I use? Um, and we're going to kind of walk through that. So the very first thing you need to figure out is where you're going to go to hire. And so you need to find a job board. There are lots of different places that you can go, and there are some agencies that will actually do this for you. Um, Personally, I recommend online jobs. And so, actually, if you go down into the comments, you'll see a link there for online jobs. And yes, that is an affiliate link. It's no additional cost to you. We earn a little bit of a commission, and hopefully, we're providing some value for you through this. So, if you would use that link, we would absolutely love that. But so, online jobs is a job board, but they also have a program where they will actually pre-vet somebody. So if you don't have the time to do it, you can actually have them go through the vetting process with you and do it for you. Um, so other options, you could use virtual coworker, you could use remote workmate, you could use virtual done well. Um, Virtual staff finder is another one, but personally, we use online jobs, and this is where I go, and so I only ever recommend people and places that I have used before. So the other ones I haven't actually used before, but so then once you get to online jobs, now we need to attract a candidate. And so we're going to write a job ad that is different from everybody else, right? Because if it's boring, um, nobody's going to pay attention. But there are a couple of really important things that we have to do in this. And what we're doing is we are vetting from the very, very first, uh, from the job ad. So we want our job title to be as clear as possible, right? So we don't want to put, um, you know, rock star media wizard or something like that, right? We need the keyword of what we're hiring for in there. So if we want a virtual assistant with excellent communication skills, that might be what our word is, right? We don't want to use quirky job title words like, genius, ninja, superhero, rock star. A lot of times that'll like scare them away, and it's like a way overused word that they can just kind of tune out, because that to them means, work really, really hard for really low pay, and it's not a great job, right? So we want to make it super specific. So when I hired Noriel, who is my blog writer, I actually put in there blog writer for one website to create blog posts, or it was something similar to that. It was very, very specific title. So, and then we're also, so we keep our job title, then we're going to put our salary in there, right? And if you go to online jobs, you'll actually see like a range of what you can expect to pay. So if you go there, just type in the search bar, salaries for 2023, and it'll come up. But the so we want to give them an idea, and it can be a little bit of a range, right? But we want to give them an idea of what we're willing to pay per hour. And a lot of times they will prefer to be paid in PHP, which is the Filipino peso, versus the US dollar. Now, me personally, I actually do pay in US dollars. So we pay, $6 an hour US dollars. So right now that's great for them, because the Filipino peso to US dollar conversion rate is very high right now. It's about 46. 2 years ago, I'm sorry, it's about 56. 2 years ago, it was like 49 pesos to $1. So it'll fluctuate a little bit. So for them, it's a little bit more stable if we pay them Filipino peso to US dollar. And how do you do that? Right, just go to Google and type in PHP to USD converter, and it'll give you the range. You can just type it right in there. Another thing that we want to put in our job description is the work hours, right? Is this a third shift or night shift job for them, right? So I live in Oregon on the Pacific coast. And so it is exactly 15 hours difference between my time and their time. And so my employees work during the day, their time, because it's a lot better for them. It's healthier for them. And I don't need them to be working while I'm awake. I don't have them answering phones or anything like that. So it's not necessary. If it is necessary, you want to make that crystal clear and say, this is a night shift position from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? We need to make sure that that is crystal clear, and then again, convert that for them. So that means this is 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Filipino time, right? And they also don't shift for fallback and roll ahead time change, right? So we need to also adjust for that. So we don't, so we fall back and spring forward. They don't. So there's always an hour off there as well. Okay, so now we've put in our job title, we've gotten our salary requirements, we've put our work hours in. Now we're going to put the actual job description. So we want a quick overview of the duties and the responsibilities that they're going to have. Now remember, they're only one human being. Don't put in there that you want them to code PHP, be a graphic designer, answer the phones, write blog posts, and be an executive assistant, right? That is 5 different people, right? It needs to be targeted towards one job. Think in departments, right? Is this the marketing department? Is this the IT department? Whatever it is, you typically are not going to find a superhero who is going to, do really good at writing a blog post and create your website and code PHP. It just doesn't exist. You can't do it. They can't do it either. So please don't put them in that situation. Hire based off of really good skills that they have. Now, me personally, I typically look for a college graduate, and I want them to have at least 2 years of experience. And that's just me. You can put your qualifications, whatever you want, but I personally am looking for a top college level English level. So I'm going to test them on that. We're also looking for a college graduate. Now, I can tell you that I have made exceptions to that, right? Some of our best employees were not college graduates. So in lieu of a college degree, they had 5 to 7 years of experience, and that has worked out really well too. So you can put down college degree with 2 years experience or 5 to 7 years experience in this particular area. And so once we put in our skills and our qualifications, then we also want to know our requirements, right? So I need you to send me your resume. I need, 4 blog posts that you have written previously so that I can go through and look at them. Any questions that you have for me about the job, please put that in the email. And then lastly, you want to put in there any benefits that you're going to provide to them. Are you going to pay for PhilHealth and SSS? Are you going to provide a 13-month bonus? Will they have holidays paid, or is it just strictly, they're an independent contractor and there are no benefits? Those are important things that they're going to want to know. And so once we put all of those details in, you're going to have a relatively lengthy job post, right? And so in there, we want to make sure that they are paying attention. And so in order to apply for the job, they have to put in, they have to respond by email. And so in the email, we want to give them a hidden word that they put in the subject line. So, for example, somewhere we will hide it in the job description, hopefully in the boring, mundane details. Put orange cat in the subject line of your cover letter and email. And so this is a really simple test to see who paid attention to detail. And I always want to hire somebody who is paying attention to detail. That is not my strong point. So I always need to hire somebody who that is their strong point. So whatever that is for you, sneak that in there, right? And so that will eliminate probably 70% of your applications right off the bat, because if it doesn't have orange cat in the subject line, they're automatically disqualified. Because I don't want somebody who is just going to send me a template that they've sent to 800 million people. I want to know that they want this job and that they actually took the time to read it and that they followed directions. So A, they followed directions. B, they paid attention. And so this has been something that we've been doing for a while, and so now they're looking for that to catch it. So it's not as good of a tip as it used to be, but it still works really, really well. And this video is actually getting really long, so I'm actually going to stop this and we're going to do a part 2. So we will see you in the next video.